Hello everyone, welcome to the another episode of Indian Warrior Talk Show. And today's episode is going to be very interesting and very fruitful for you all. It's going to be for your personality. So we have with us a very special guest today, Renuka Thakur, and she is a personality development trainer, soft skills and communication skills trainer. So we'll be knowing all about her journey as well as knowing the tips and tricks to improve her personality and communications. So first of all, Renuka, please tell us about your initial journey and what inspired you to become a personality development trainer.
Sure. Well, I started my journey back in 2019. Actually, since my childhood, I was defense aspirant. I wanted to become an officer. I also got recommended in my very first attempt of AFSB, but unfortunately, I could not get my name in the merit. So that is when I was heartbroken actually. So I stopped working on other exams and everything. But at the same time, like few of my other friends were also appearing for their ssbs. I helped them, and now they are officers. So I think that thing, that positive reinforcement that I got, so that is the reason that now I am in this field, and I'm very proud of it. I'm enjoying the journey.
So well said, and I think the journey is more important than the destination, isn't it?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. So no matter in life where you want to go, but we have to enjoy the journey, enjoy the process, and that's where the real enjoyment and the joy comes from. So can you tell us something about personality development and what are some of the aspects of it, and how do you define personality?
Sure. So personality is basically your traits, your inner and your outer qualities. How do you represent yourself in front of others? That is one's personality. And when I talk about personality development, it means, first of all, awareness about yourself, knowing about your strengths and weaknesses, and then working on your weaknesses is called developing your personality. Key aspects of personality development can be your self confidence, adaptability, emotional intelligence, and so many others.
Very well said. So you're also a soft skills trainer, but I think most of us do not know what it is. Though we have those qualities inside us, but we don't know what does it actually represents. So can you tell us something about soft skills?
Sure. So, soft skills are basically your inner qualities, your inner traits, your interpersonal skills. How do you communicate with others? Empathy, sympathy, all these are traits of soft skills. Very well said when you said, that we already do have these qualities. Unintentionally, I think being human beings, when you are on a journey of being a good human being, so the most important thing that you are going to do is developing soft skills in yourself. But thing is that we're not addressing it. So I think if we start addressing it, people who are ignoring these qualities, even they'll come to know, and the world will be a better place to live on.
I feel personally that these qualities are very important in one's life to get success, right? So we often talk about self doubt and confidence. So, can you tell us something about how can we overcome the self doubt and become a better personality and a better speaker by building the confidence?
Sure. So, according to me, self doubt, first of all, you need to know the root cause of your self doubt. There could be many reasons. For example, most of my students, when they have self doubts, it has most come from their backgrounds, as they come from a very, you can say, like village where there are still no development. So, that sort of villages, then they do have self doubts because. The people around them, they are not habitual of a term called confidence. So I think that is from where your self doubt come, or whatever your reason is. First of all, you need to address that. If you have addressed it, according to me, half of your journey is completed. And then you just don't have to address it, you need to work upon it also. Self doubt, I must say that it can be a very simple thing. Okay, for example, that I want to lose weight. Okay, now I am in self doubt that if I'll be wearing, something that out of my comfort zone, it will not look good on me, because I am telling myself again and again that I am fat. So from there, self doubt is coming. I won't be confident. Okay, so now if I want to remove that self doubt, I need to work upon it. If I really feel that yes, I am fat. Okay, let's say that if I really acknowledge that, then I also need to work upon that. I need to hit the gym as soon as possible. I need to do the exercises as soon as possible. So if someone is in self doubt, first of all they need to know the root cause, then they need to address it, and then they need to work upon it, and your result will be confidence.
Because as you rightly said, that identifying the root cause is very important. Let's take a real life example. You go to a neurologist to for your injury. He's not going to solve your problem, right? So a neurologist can only solve the issues which are related to your nerves, whatever the neural problems are there. So if you go with a cut or a bruises on your body and go to a neurologist, so he's not going to solve the problem. So basically the point here is to identify the root cause of the problem. That is how, why are you not feeling the confident, why are you not self confidence. So a lot of things are there. So the main reason, the basic thing is to identify the root cause. After personality and soft skills, let's come to the very important aspect of life, that is the communication. Because I feel personally that communication is the most important thing in one's life. So, how do you think that the person makes mistakes in communicating with others or communicating to anyone else? So, what are the key factors you believe that communication skills of a person can be improved, and the mistakes what a person does?
Sure. So when we speak about communication and the mistakes that we do in communication, I think first and foremost is listening. In today's world, we all are listening to answer. We are not listening to listen, actually. And there the problem is. Communicating is basically, telling your idea to someone, telling the message that you want to convey in the right terms. But we are not doing that. We are just listening so that we can bombard our answers. So that is why most of our, fights happen. है ना? So nowadays there is a whole this problem that boyfriend is not communicating, like the relationships are not working, or so many other things, like even children are not able to bond with their parents. So according to me, listening is the most here root cause here. If one will start listening, they will start communicating. So, yes, if someone wants to improve their communication skills, first of all, they need to have this habit of active listening, we call. Because if you are listening, there are 99% chances that you will be understanding the intentions of other person. And if you know the intention of other person, as they say, there is not a single person on this earth who is really evil hearted. So if you understand the intentions of other, I think that you will be able to understand that what exactly has happened to them, why they were why they were late, or so many other problems. I think will be sorted if we will start listening to each other.
Active listening is very important because that gives us a chance to understand a person, right? So
Yes.
as you said that nowadays we don't listen, we just listen to bombard our answers, right? So we have to be a patient listener for someone who's sharing their problems. And in case, see, a lot of times it happens that people hesitate to share the things with you because they already know that you're not going to listen to them, right? So we have to make our personality such that we become a listener, and people automatically come to us to share their problems and whatever the issues they have, right? And
Yes.
so that it becomes very easy to live in this world. world. So
Exactly.
very
I
rightly
would
said.
also like to add on, I'm so sorry to interrupt. I would also like to add on here that you should not only listen to the verbal words, you also need to listen to the body language of others. And if I think we will start listening to the body language as well, there will be not such a place called, hell. It will all become heaven only.
Having a good personality and is very important, right? So is achieving goals and setting goals in life. So if we have a good personality, we also tend to we also think that we'll be achieving something good. So how do you think how a person should set and achieve his goal?
Okay. So, person, I think, if let's say that you are a beginner, okay, I would like to suggest that you set two types of goals. One are short term goals, another one are long term goals. And then having those small wins, they will encourage you, and you won't even know it that when you have achieved your long term goals. For example, again, if I take the example, let's say that I want to become a good public speaker. Okay, so instead of simply thinking about that, I want to see myself as a TED Talk speaker. I'll start my journey from the very beginning. Let's say that I'll start within a group of people. Okay, I'll share my points there. That will be my short-term goal. Then again, like let's say that within 2 weeks, I want to narrate a poem in front of someone. Okay, let's say again a group of people, then I want to host the stage. So these short term goals, eventually will lead to a long term goal. So setting long term goals is very important, right? Because what happens actually is when we have set a very let's say a long term goal, when as I said that becoming a TED Talk speaker. So I think like if I want to be able to do it in a month, then my whole dreams will be shattered. I'll be like, no, now I won't be able to do anything because this is my dream. This was my dream and I could not do it. So I am not worthy of doing it. And then these negative messages that I'm sending to my subconscious mind, I think then they are going to take me down. So that is why first set short term goals, achieve them, and eventually find yourself completing your long term goals as well. So this is how you need to approach your career goals. And again, 99.9% chances are there that you are going to achieve it. I am cutting that 0.1% because your willingness again. So that also matters. Yes.
So there was a colonel who was delivering the speech on success that succeeds. Our perspective of success is that I want to become a millionaire by 25, I want to do this by 30, I want to do that by 35. But his idea of success is the set of small achievements in your life, right? So it's not only one point in life that you can say that you succeeded in life. Always be grateful for whatever the small achievements we have in our life. Yeah.
Yes, I again would like to add on. So this is also the root, problem that when we are talking about that nowadays, youngsters they are not having employment. But actually, employment is not the problem. Problem again here is that everyone wants, directly wants a white collar job, right? So I think again, even if someone wants a white collar job, I must say one should never dream small. You should always dream bigger, but then steps should be followed and life will be easy.
It always starts from day one, right? So if you want to reach at the 100th stair, so you have to start from the first stair. It's not that you will jump
Exactly.
and there is no shortcut in life. So we have to
Yes.
go step by step and keep achieving the small things, and then only. As you have been a mentor for the hundreds of the students in the past few years, as you know, so how do you feel that having a mentor in life plays a vital role in anyone's life?
Having a mentor, as you said, of course, plays a vital role in everyone's life. You go to any person, you know, and they'll tell you they have become successful or they are unsuccessful in their life because, they because of their mentorship. They are successful because they had good mentors or they had mentors in their life, and people are unsuccessful because they did not have mentors in their life. So whenever I talk to my parents or seniors, so they always tell me that the type of mentorship that we get today, same sort of a mentorship was not available in the past times, and that is why people were not able to fulfill their dreams. Right. So if you have a right mentor, or you get the, talk about any successful person, they will give credit to their mentors only. Right. So that is why, yes, having a mentor and having the right mentorship in life is very important. And as we say, guru, uh, in Punjabi we says guru bina gat nahi. है ना? So you cannot get the salvation without a guru, without a mentor. So no matter, here we are talking about the salvation, but whatever career goals you have, whatever the goals you have in your life, I think without a mentor, it will be a tough road, but with a mentor, it is going to be a little smooth. So yes, having a mentor in your life is very important.
And like you said about the thing, the mentorship which is available in today's world was not available a few years ago. And I totally believe in that point, because now we are in a generation where the richest person of the world, or you say the prime minister, the president, or any person is doing at the platform where you can also do the same thing. Let's take any platform of the social media, right? So the world is now at a place where you have the ample opportunities to achieve the greatness in life. So if I go back to 10 years in my life, I was in Sanic school, and the mobile phones were banned there. So we had a lot of restrictions there. We do not have a digital platform. We did not have the geo was not there, and we only gained the information from the library, whatever the magazines used to be there, and from the teachers, of course, our gurus. You have been an author also, right? So can you take us through that book which you have written and published, and also please tell us something about the books which have inspired you in your life, and which are very recommended from your side.
Sure. So I am a book reader. I love to read books in my free time, and I'm also a poet. I love to write. Okay, as you are talking about my book, Jeevan Kavya Sangrah. So I started writing that book when I was in my seventh or eighth class. So because like I'm from a village, Gurdaspur, Punjab, and there when I used to see, and also I was very sensitive about women empowerment topics specifically. So whenever I saw something happening, bad to the women, and I could not speak about it, I was not at that right position where I could tell myself to the people. There is no doubt that of course I have tried my best every time, but still I realized it soon that I was not at the position where I could make that changes at that time. So I started writing about it. So my book is all about how a woman feels, like when she is restricted to do few things, and when something happens to her, so how she feels and what she wants to say at that particular time. So that is what I have written in that book. You must read it, and let me know how you liked it or not. And secondly, if I talk about the books that have inspired me, there are many books, which have inspired me. Books have been my best friends every time. They have taught me number of lessons. And talking about particular one, recently I read this book, Power of Your Subconscious Mind, and I think it should be declared as a Bible because it has like as we are talking about, there are people are having relationship problems, people are having money problems, they do have problem that how to set goals and then how to achieve those goals. I think they have simplified it in very simple words in that book, because it just talk about your subconscious mind, and most of the time that is the case. You are telling yourself that you cannot do it, and then we are somehow we are blaming it on our luck, right? So I think that is the book that I have recently read, and it is really a very good book. I think everyone should read it once. Apart from that, The Habit of Winning, it has small stories, but then again it is a perfect book if you if you want to start reading the books. It has again, it has small stories, but every story is telling you a unique lesson. So yeah, that book is again good.
Very nice. And what I feel is that the books are our best friends, and they shape our personality. And uh, it is said that where you'll be in your next 5 years decides the book which you're reading today. Right. So
Exactly.
this was a quote I read somewhere when I was in class 8, I guess. And we had a library period every week. And there was a book, You Can Win by Shiv Khera. That was a very famous book in our childhood.
Yes.
So I read, and that was the book which changed my perspective towards life. And from there, I started reading books by Vivekanand and whatever the books were available by
Mhm.
APJ Abdul Kalam and all. So I think the books are something which gives you the real knowledge.
Exactly.
Nowadays, we see the information flooding is there on the digital platforms. If you go to the reels, you continue scrolling for 1 hour, but if you realize at the end of the day, what did you learn? Actually, it will be close to zero, right? So we had a very good conversation and discussion related to the personality development and how to improve your communication skills and about the soft skills and the things which you need to do in your life to get success and improve your daily life, right? So at the end of our discussion, I would like you to share a message of hope and inspiration for the people.
Okay, so to people, I'll just like to tell that failure is the part of success. Sometimes we get, as I think that I get experience from my own journey, that sometimes we get this heart X from the experiences of failure. We feel that we will not be able to do it in our further life, or now nothing is good in our life, right? So I think we shall not go into that. Embrace your failures as they are stepping stones to the success. So just go for it. Whatever you are feeling, just give it another try. Okay. And do not give up on your dreams at any cost. You have taken that dreams for a reason, and one day you are certainly going to achieve them all. So all the very best for your lives. And if you ever have any doubt, if you ever have a self doubt, so you can reach out to me anytime you want, because I'm very good in building confidence. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Renuka, for your time, and you took out your time from the busy schedule. And I hope this session will be very beneficial for all those who will be watching it.